It's that time of year again. Apple has packed its latest smartphones with a great deal of technology, and we can't wait to unwrap the new iPhone 13 in pink. There doesn't seem to be much difference at first glance. Despite similarities in design with last year's devices, there are a few subtle differences as well. In addition, the iPhone 13 offers all-around improvements in key areas, which I'll be covering in my unboxing and first impressions of the new iPhone 13. The new iPhone 13 brings some really subtle new features, and it does improve on the iPhone 12 in several areas, mainly battery life, display, and cameras, to make this one of the most impressive all-around phones we've seen from Apple. If you found this video helpful and enjoyed the content, we would appreciate your support by subscribing. In terms of packaging, we find that these phones come packaged in slim boxes with a picture of the iPhone 13 on the front. This year, there's no more plastic wrap around the box to cut back on environmental waste, adding to its efforts to help the environment. Along with the phones themselves, a Lightning to Type-C cable is provided, as well as the standard documentation and stickers. As far as design goes, it's in this beautiful new pink colorway, yet still kept the same simple flat curved look we saw last year. That means the design is a touch more angular than the rounded finish from previous iterations like the 10 and 11. But the phone is still comfortable to use one-handed, so no major surprises there. In addition to pink, there's also blue, midnight, and starlight. There's also a product red available as well. Here is the pink iPhone 13 compared to the purple iPhone 12. The pink color is subtle as opposed to something more vibrant like a hot pink. The front and rear of the iPhone 13 are glass, but only the front panel has Apple's patented ceramic shield technology. A key feature of the iPhone 13 series is that it's IP68 dust and water resistant, which means it can withstand immersion in water up to 6 meters deep for 30 minutes. There's no guarantee that this model will be completely waterproof, but chances are it'll survive an occasional soak. Apple has decreased the size of the notch by 20% this time around. Even with the much discussed and highly noticeable notches on the top of the displays, the new iPhones present little change. Comparing it with the iPhone 12 here, you can see the notch is not as wide like the 12, but it's a little taller. Also, the speaker is now flushed with the top of the phone. The difference is very subtle, keeping the thin bezels around the iPhone screen. The volume buttons, silent switch, and SIM tray are located on the left edge of the phone. You can simply find the power button at the right edge of your thumb or finger, so when you want to wake the device, you can find it easily. On the bottom edge are the speakers and the Lightning port connector for charging and data transfer. I chose the clear case for the iPhone 13 just for something different, as I usually go with a silicone or a leather case. And you can see the pink color on the back. Those who own the iPhone 12 should note that their cases will not fit the new 13, as you can see with this iPhone 12 purple silicone case. The iPhone 13 is just slightly thicker than the iPhone 12. The button placement is different, and the camera module on the iPhone 13 is slightly larger than on the 12. To accommodate bigger batteries, the device is heavier and thicker and has slightly larger camera bunds on the back to fit the new sensors and lens. Also noticeable is how the cameras are positioned on the iPhone 13's back. Unlike the iPhone 12, the lenses on the iPhone 13 are oriented diagonally rather than vertically within the camera module. The diagonal layout allows for a larger sensor and a brand new sensor shift stabilizer. This reduces shaking and jitter for a smoother image and video when shooting handheld. Due to the larger sensors, the cameras are larger and had to be adjusted. Other than that, the new iPhone 13 models carry over the same design philosophy, port placement, and IP68 rating as last year's. Moreover, as was obvious with my mention of the bundled camera, all the new iPhones stick to the same Lightning port as they have, and I'm still holding my breath that the long-awaited move to Type-C will happen. While many of the features and specs remain the same from last year, these include the size and resolution of both displays, the front-facing camera, 20-watt wired charging, wireless charging support, 5G, dual SIM support with eSIM support, and etc. Displays like these, which use OLED technology, look stunning and offer the standard goodies like HDR and True Tone as usual. In comparison to the iPhone 12, the iPhone 13 weighs 174 grams compared to 164 grams, but it's not noticeable in everyday use, and it's around the norm for a phone of this type. And then there's the new 5nm A15 Bionic chip that powers all the 13 series iPhones, boasting 50% faster, smoother performance, and includes a new 4-core GPU and a new 16-core neural engine. With Apple's new iPhone 13, performance won't be much different from that of the iPhone 12 or other devices, but it will be a great step up for those who currently use iPhone 8s or lower. Likewise, gaming on the device was smooth, with titles loading as fast as on other products like Apple's iPad. I was particularly impressed with the performance enhancements of the GPU and on the OLED display. Animations and particle effects while climbing mountains, exploring sweeping landscapes, and engaging in combat in a game like Genshin Impact is exciting as it is stunning to behold. As for the RAM, the A15 Bionic on the iPhone 13 has 4 gigs, which is sufficient to keep it running at full speed. Compared to most equivalent Android phones that have similar RAM, Apple's A15 Bionic seems to do fine with less RAM. Apple is finally letting go of its small 64GB base storage option that's been its standard option for years. Finally, we're getting double the storage starting at 128 gigs and going up to 512 gigs. Having the iPhone 13 5G ready is nice, even if you don't quite need it yet or it's not available in your area. The iPhone 13 has the ability to switch to LTE when 5G isn't available. Instead of last year's array of cameras, the iPhone 13 has some new software capabilities, including a cinematic mode and an ultra-wide focus. It features 2 cameras on the rear, a 12-megapixel wide camera with an aperture of 1.6, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera with an aperture of 2.4 and an 120-degree viewing angle. The camera isn't telephoto, you have to use digital zoom, so this phone won't be the best for long-distance shots. A higher pixel count of 1.7 compared to the iPhone 12 camera makes a noticeable difference to picture quality. In addition, Apple has boosted image stabilization with its sensor shift OIS technology, which we first saw on the iPhone 12 Pro Max last year, which lets you take sharp shots even if you're not able to keep the phone perfectly still. Images taken with the camera have less noise than shots taken with the iPhone 12 in most situations. It's a wonderful point-and-shoot camera that fits right in your pocket. While the 120-degree angle of the ultra-wide camera makes it convenient to include more of the scene or subject, we mostly use the main camera. While it offers digital zoom up to 5 times, the results aren't truly impressive as it's just cropping into the image. Photographic Styles is another new feature available on the camera app. You can select from a variety of looks such as rich contrast, vibrant, warm, and cool to enhance your images. With a few portraits, I explored the camera's features, and I was quite pleased with the differences between the styles. A rich contrast mode made the shot appear less blurry, while the vibrant setting made the photo pop more along with the background. I like that you can customize your own styles, even if it takes a bit of tapping to switch the effects on the fly. In this photo, you can see how great the iPhone 13's camera really is. The shot looks more vibrant and smooth and renders shadows more effectively. In many situations, the iPhone 13 was on par with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but I did notice a marked improvement in night mode. With the results, it's a bit more on the fuzzy side. The iPhone 13 captures a brighter color as well as overall brightness in the surrounding areas. I noticed that the iPhone 13 performed well in many shooting situations, but when it came to night mode, it showed a marked improvement. The iPhone 13 captures more vivid colors despite the slightly fuzzy size and quality of the image. An impressive cinematic mode mimics the way filmmakers create videos. The iPhone 13 is one of the best tools for achieving the bokeh effect, which is created when an out-of-focus background softens the subject being photographed. Using AI, it'll decide what should be in focus. The camera will simply start focusing on a subject A, and as soon as subject A looks back at subject B, the focus is placed on the later and then back to subject A when they turn back around. You can even do this manually by tapping on the subject that you want in focus. If you make a mistake or want to change the focus after the fact that you've shot it, you can actually change this in iMovie or Final Cut, which is a total game changer. Battery life on the new iPhone 13 is 10 hours and 33 minutes, a 2-hour improvement over its predecessor. Because of the bigger battery, more efficient display, and an A15 Bionic chip, the iPhone 13 lasts longer than the iPhone 12. The battery life on the iPhone 13 is a big step up over what you'd seen from previous iPhone models. If you need a smartphone that's capable of lasting a full day on a full charge, the iPhone 13 just does that, outlasting the previous models. The iPhone 13 had an improved battery life due to the efficient A15 Bionic chip, as well as a physically larger battery. In terms of performance and battery life, the iPhone 13 so far has been solid, and it appears that it will prove to be a reliable option for most people. There's no difference in charging speeds between the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 12. After charging for 30 minutes with Apple's 20-watt charger, the new iPhone had attained 51% capacity. In addition to introducing some welcome improvements to what was already a fantastic iPhone, the iPhone 13 brings even more refinements to a device people are already loving. Even though the iPhone 12 is a 5G phone, its battery life was something left to be desired. The iPhone 13 might be worth it if you own an iPhone 11 or older iPhone. I wouldn't recommend upgrading from an iPhone 12 to the new one. The iPhone 13 is notable for its camera. Its new features such as cinematic mode and photographic styles make the A15 Bionic exhibit more power than previous benchmarks. Apple was also right to double the starting storage at 128 gigs, putting the new iPhone in line with the competition. If it comes next time, I would like Apple to include faster charging, either via USB-C or MagSafe, and a 120Hz display. Hopefully we see these in the iPhone 14. Overall, the iPhone 13 is a fantastic phone and raises the bar for what you expect from a camera phone. We found the iPhone 13 to be one of the most capable smartphones we have ever used. If you need a lot of power, this can handle it, without the need for the iPhone 13 Pro. In case you missed it, you can check out our iPhone 13 and 13 Pro should you buy video, where we break down if it's worth it to upgrade. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all our latest videos. What do you think of the new iPhone 13? We finally have a pink colorway. Will you be upgrading or holding off for the 14? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.